Hi friends, hi fellow flyers. I wanted to give a rundown of what you may need for building this model. You should have these items if you're wanting to build a model. One, some good glue. I like the PVA Titebond or the Elmer's glue. I find it works really good. It gives you time to move pieces around, get pieces set in place, and it's an easy cleanup. You don't have to worry about sticking yourself to stuff or the smells or anything. It's just a good, clean, user-friendly glue that works really good. You say, well, it seems heavy, but once it dries, it's not heavy. It evaporates all the water out and it does just fine. So some good glue. Next, you'll need probably some pins. This is just sewing needles, sewing pins that I got at Hobby Lobby. These are some long ones. You might want some of these, or you can order you some specialty pins. I recommend a good number 11 X-Acto blade or a number 11 scalpel, or maybe some straight razor blades. That will work just fine, just if you want to use something like that. Some sanding blocks, sandpaper. I love these Easy Touch by Great Plains. They work really good and you can keep a flat sanding. I usually use 120 grit or 80 grit here. I have several of them, so you change between the different grits. Let's see. A building surface. If you go to your local hardware store, they may have a piece of foam that has been broken, and sometimes you can say, hey, I just want to build a model airplane and I just need a scrap piece, and they'll give you one. They've given me before at just a piece that's damaged that they couldn't sell, and you just need a small piece big enough to put the wing on, fuselage in. So sometimes they just give you a piece of foam if it's broke. But of course you can buy you a piece of foam and make plenty of building boards. But I build off glass, so I have a technique. I build off glass, but for just starting out, you might want either a Silatex that goes in the ceiling, drop ceiling, that gives you just one piece, or some foam, works great for building. And I guess I about covered it. Maybe some toothpicks. You might want some toothpicks to apply the glue. It's better to, instead of trying to pour it from the bottle, you dip in the glue and apply the glue for the toothpick. I like putting my glue on these. That's a bottle, plastic jug, and I've cut them into these circles so I can pour my glue out here. When it dries, then I can just flex it and it flakes right off, and then I don't have to worry about having a place to put some glue to work with. You may want some super glue. I got the medium and I got the thin CA. I use some of that sometimes. But super glue, when it dries, it's brittle. It gets hard and brittle. So your PVA glue is going to be much better for the build. You don't want a joint that you've just freshly glued up. After it dries and gets hard, it breaks. So, and then super glue don't want to glue very well. So you got to sand it, or you got to figure out a way to get some baking soda on it. If you can get some baking soda on it, then the super glue will re-glue back together. So with a little baking soda, there's a little tip there. Anyway, thank you all for being part of this 2024 build off, fly off. Yeah, I got to remember my years. It's been 8 years we've been doing this. And this is a beginner contest only to help the new person get their 20 seconds. And if you can fly 20 seconds, you're going to be on a lotto wheel. Those of you who have done this before know that I have a lotto wheel. And everybody's name that completes the 20 seconds, just make yourself a video of you announcing that it's an official flight. That's important that you call it an official flight. Say, this is the 2024 build off fly off. This is an official flight for the 2022 build off fly off. This is the official flight for Facebook. This is the official flight. Doyle, just let me know this is your official flight before you launch it. It's important because if you go to a contest, then you need to announce that you're flying an official flight, or everybody's going to think you're practicing. You're going to call a timer. You're going to say, this is official flight. They will time you for that flight. If you don't, you're just practicing. Nobody knows what you're doing until you tell them what you're doing. So there you go. So make sure you call it an official flight on video, and when you fly 20 seconds, then you as a group that fly 20 seconds will be on a lotto wheel. I call it the North Carolina Educational Lottery. And then we'll spin the wheel, and if you win, you'll get a t-shirt. You get a plaque that I make. You get a kit of your choice. We'll send you back a kit, and sometimes I throw a few little things in extra just to give you some invitation to AMA, some little literature, and maybe some extra stuff. Like sometimes I make these little inline torque meters I throw in sometimes, just kind of make it more interesting to get something. And thank you for being a part of this year's 2024 Build Off Fly Off. I hope you're getting ready to build. We're going to be building soon. So this is video 2. Take care. Bye.